This is the timeline of entirely the human history. In 3000 BC, Sumerians invented language and historic times began. In 1901, J.C. Bose invented the very first semiconductor device. But what's in between these two inventions? Well, presenting one of the 4 inventions we're proud of: gunpowder. Yes, we are talking about firearms and explosives, but gunpowder hasn't always been about weaponry. What we're discussing here is the general idea of substances which are highly flammable and reactive and their applications in history. Examples vary from matches to fireworks to rockets. So, how did this substance change the world? As early as in the Tang Dynasty in China, Taoists, or alchemists you may call, have always been fond of brewing medicine for immortality. And once they brewed a mixture of saltpeter, charcoal, and sulfur, which released a huge amount of hot gas, burning down everything in its way, but the duration of the reaction wasn't really long. At about a few centuries later, the Southern Song Dynasty already has applications of gunpowder in the military to defend itself from the aggressive invasions of the Mongols. The Mongols thrived and eventually conquered most of the Eurasian continent and established the Yuan Dynasty, which overthrew the Song Dynasty in 1279. Soon, the knowledge of gunpowder was spread to the west through the expansion of the Mongol Empire. Before the invention of gunpowder, the rest of the world relied heavily on melee weaponry. Ranged weapons those times weren't very effective compared to melee weapons. The earliest firearms were invented in China, such as the hand cannon, ancestor of modern handguns, and fire lancers, even missile launchers. Early firearms in China took minutes to reload, so that it's mostly used in stable occasions, such as siege warfare and naval warfare. On the other hand, the Middle East had fire lancers by 12 AD, while cannons appeared in Europe by the 1300s. The unlimited possibilities of firearms revolutionized war, especially in the 2 World Wars. Since the invention of the massive machine gun in 1897, wars became much brutal and lethal forever. Before the invention of gunpowder, building underground tunnels and mining for coal requires a lot of manpower, as a very inefficient task. Then came the dynamites. In 1867, the TNT was invented by Alfred Nobel, which really boosted the process of mining in quarries and facilitated the construction of tunnels. Gunpowder was originally a substance unintentionally invented by Chinese alchemists, but in the present, it has been a tool of an industry, but also evolved into weaponry of nations. Gunpowder has influenced the world today. But is it hope or is it harm?